Thanks for joining David, Kevin, Alex, and myself for the educational video for the month of January. We hope you and your families are all getting a great start to the year. I know we sure are. One of the questions that we get very commonly is asked about Canadian government pension plans. How do they work? When should I take them? I'm going to pass you over to the guys and they're going to fill all these answers in and maybe a couple of extra ones. Again, take care. Call us if you need us. Bye-bye.
So before we get into the content today, as you may notice, we've got somebody new on our videos joining us, Alex Wellman. Alex has been with us for a few years now, and many of you have probably interacted with him in the past. Previously, he was helping with administrative functions and in our financial planning department. But Alex has been promoted. He's now part of the advisory group here with us. And so you'll be starting to see him more and more on our videos, and hopefully the content will improve as a consequence. As Harry mentioned, today's video, we're going to be talking about the government program, CPP, OAS, and GIS. So we'll start first with the working pillar, which is Canada Pension Plan. So Kevin, can you maybe help explain a little bit about what Canada Pension Plan is?
Yeah, so one of the main questions we get asked as our clients approach the age of 60 is, when should I start taking my CPP? They've seen the deductions coming off their paychecks for years, and now they want to know a bit more about the program and how to start accessing those funds that they've been contributing towards.
The big question is when to take it. You have a window starting from age 60 to age 70, and the timing is everything. If you take CPP at age 60, you receive a 36% reduction on your payments. Whereas if you wait to take CPP at age 70, you get a 42% increase to your payments.
So CPP, again, is based on contribution. So right now, based on the earnings that your earnings during the year, you pay in 5.95% up to a certain threshold. That's called the yearly maximum pensionable earnings. And your employer actually matches that behind the scenes as well. And if you're self-employed and you pay yourself a salary, you actually have to pay both ends of that. So 5.95% times 2. So it's a significant contribution and a pension that you've been paying into. And it ends up being taxable on the back end. And again, the big question is when to take it as people approach age 60. There are different schools of thought. Some people like getting the income in their hands sooner than later in case they die sooner than they hope. At least they've gotten some of those payments sooner from the government. But as Alex mentioned, there's a trade-off in taking it earlier.
Yeah. So a lot of people ask, when should I start taking it? And what are the benefits of taking it on either side? So if you're debating whether or not to take it between 60 and 65, the crossover age is 74. Now, what that means is if you live past 74, you are better off taking CPP at 65 because you're no longer being penalized for taking it early. Whereas if you don't project living to age 74, taking it early and getting that cash in hand is more valuable. So a lot of that depends on your personal health, your family history, on longevity, as to whether or not one age makes more sense than the other.
Now, if you're looking between age 65 and 70, that crossover age is around age 82. As a general rule for our clients, we normally recommend starting CPP at age 65.
The other government pensions that are eligible for in Canada are Old Age Security, OAS, and Guaranteed Income Supplement, GIS. Both of these pensions are not funded through contributions from payroll, unlike CPP. They're funded out of just general tax revenues, and your eligibility for receiving them is based on residency and, in the case of GIS, income.
So when can you take Old Age Security? Unlike CPP, Old Age Security starts at age 65, and as of 2026, the maximum amount you can receive for somebody under 75 is $742 a month. However, if you don't need to take Old Age Security at 65, you can delay it until age 70 and receive a 36% bonus for doing so. So for most people or most of our clients, we recommend taking Old Age Security at 65, but that does depend heavily on what your income levels are like in retirement and whether or not you need to take more taxable income or you want to delay taking it.
And a quick tip for those who are 75 or older, once you hit that age, the government actually gives you a 10% increase on your OAS payments, bringing the maximum up to about $815 a month. Then there's the Guaranteed Income Supplement, or GIS. And Kevin, who is that appropriate for?
GIS is a program to help top up old age security for low income seniors. So for those already taking old age security who are below a minimum income threshold, you can qualify for the Guaranteed Income Supplement. As of 2026, the maximum that a single individual could receive on GIS is $1,108 a month. But to qualify for these benefits, you have to file your income tax. So that's how CRA knows what your income level is and whether or not you qualify, and if you do, how much you qualify for.
And being located here in BC, if you do qualify for GIS, you generally also qualify for the BC Seniors Supplement, which is about $99 a month extra on top of that.
So we've covered the what. CPP is for people who have contributed over their working careers. Old age security is for seniors based on residency eligibility. And GIS is for seniors who meet certain income thresholds.
The when is personal. As we mentioned, the majority of Canadians fall right in that middle ground, but we do take into account your personal health, your family history, your income levels in retirement, and not just your income, your taxable income in retirement, to help determine where the sweet spot is to take these government benefits.
Now, taking your pension early might feel good in the short term, but it can actually lead to a much smaller check at age 85, say, when you might need the money more for healthcare or support.
As always, if you have any questions about when you should uptake these benefits, we're happy to have conversations with you about your individual personal situation, build that into your financial plan, and help you make the correct decision for the best outcome for your financial future.
So as always, if you do need anything, feel free to reach out to Harry, David, Alex, or myself at any time.
Take care.